And we are back. What's going on? How are y'all doing? Good to see y'all here on this Wednesday night. This is the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. If you can't see, my name is Matt. D Rose is on that side of the screen. And y'all are in here early today. D Rose, let the people know how you've been over this past weekend.
Things been good over here, man. Just having a little technical issue before joining in, but was able to make it in one and all good. But yeah, my best this weekend definitely sucked ass. So looking to hopefully this weekend maybe correct some stuff. But maybe the fight card wasn't as exciting, but there's been a lot of MMA news over this past week, man. So it should be a pretty good pod to talk about this stuff.
Hell yeah, man! I'm ready to get into it. It just kind of seems like it's been forever since we've had some fights, because I think these ones this past weekend just weren't the best, to be honest. But if you don't know what to look forward to on today's show, we're going to cover UFC Vegas 77 real quick, the headlines from that, because I know D Rose is ready for it. We'll jump into some fight news, and then we'll give you our picks and preview this upcoming weekend's fight cards in London. And I don't want to click all the screen because I got all of our comments up here. So I would click our little banners up. I'll get them up here in a second. So let's shout out the chat real quick. In here early, we got Lush Low Main. What's going on, brother?
The
we
man.
got Tank Niner in here. Yes, sir. Bang, bang.
Tank Niner.
Yeah, they're just going back and forth. Check out my custom patch card. Drew J made me a Valentina collection. Lush, okay. Tank Niner just dropping his
community.
Instagram. I know. All right, look at it. Tank Niner thinks it's sick. I think I've seen it. Tank Niner, is it the pink one with the little patch in there? Because if so, I actually seen that just a few minutes ago, right before we got on the pod. Hell yeah, nice. Look at this. All my comments get deleted this week. Not so fast, Lush. We're here. What's going on, Austin? We are all in
Austin.
here. All right, we're getting called up. We got Gary Fuzzy in here. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Gary?
Time.
Yeah, I was waiting for it in the intro. I was waiting for it. That's why I was laughing. I read that comment off the top. Austin had me laughing off the top there.
The only dog that hit was main event. I know, how crazy is that? What's going on, Benjamin? And then Tank Niner. What's going on, y'all? So as I said, what to look forward to on today's show. We'll run through this past weekend's fights real quick. We'll jump into some fight news, and then we'll give you our picks for this weekend. So real quick, D-Rose, man, I did my Monday video on this, so there's not really a whole lot that I could say, dude. Fucking Mario Bueno Silva subbed Holly Holm. Jack Della had a harder fight than was expected, dude. Iron Turtle subbed Duraev. What else you got from this card overall? I'll see if I have any.
I will say I think the person who might have got the most momentum from this card might have been was it Hafez Bazil or Hafez, the guy who fought Jack? Yeah, he definitely got the most rub from this card, just because I think the way that he was able to stand in there, take those shots, taking the fight on short notice, and a lot of people. Anthony Smith even came in and started commentating during the fight and was talking about, he trained with Hafez before and, how tough he is. And, he's a smaller guy and gave Hafez and he gave Anthony Smith trouble. So that was a good fight. I did think Jack Della Maddalena won that fight, though. A lot of people thought that, Hafez might have won, but I thought JDM did enough to win there at the end. I thought, just his striking, even though Bazil had, top control a couple of times, someone was really just due to that guillotine that Jack kept pulling. But, I thought Jack won that fight. And the Iron Turtle, man, he just keeps rolling, dude. So I was glad to see him get that win and going to maybe start moving up, taking some potential harder matchups. But I get him, main event. I kind of seen that coming because, I did say that I thought we were going to potentially see a performance where Holly Holm just looked old. Even on her blitzes that she normally does, she looked really old, just trying to throw that uppercut rear cross like every time how she does and try to step out and went in for that takedown real sloppy and got caught in that ninja choke and got choked out. But I guess, moving forward on this, really, I just wanted to get your opinion on who do you think is going to end up fighting for the vacant bantamweight title now, because you have Juliana Pena, who was supposed to fight Amanda Nunes before she ended up having the injury. You have Mayra Bueno Silva, who's calling for the title fight after the fight, and Rocky Pennington's name's been thrown in there. Who do you think after that performance on Saturday could potentially fight for the women's bantamweight title?
Bro, I know what they're going to do, but it ain't what I want. They're going to end up doing Juliana versus Rocky, but it's like, man, I don't care about that shit. Give me something where someone can get snoozed. I need like Irene versus somebody, but I doubt they're going to do it. She just not fought for the title. But then again, so did Juliana. So it is what it is, bro. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. Like 135 right now, kind of up in the air. I'm just kind of waiting to see like where the dimes fall. Like, see what happens, dude.
Yeah, I think the only people that Irene put to sleep in her last fight were the fans by just not doing anything at all.
She retired Amanda Nunes with that uppercut, dude. Don't forget.
Yeah, yeah, she did. Nunes wanted no smoke, man. But yeah, that fight card this past weekend, it lived up to the hype, and it was absolute doo-doo, just like we thought it was going to be. It was a rough part. Look, the Iron Turtle, that was a really good fight. And then the JDM fight, that was a good fight. But other than that, yeah, it was kind of a rough watch.
There was one other headline from this past weekend. I figured I could get your opinion on it. Let me know if you can hear this, by the way. Couldn't you hear it, dear?
Chelsea Trackstar Chandler, dude. Chelsea Trackstar Chandler. That is man, that was brutal to watch. And Dump Truck, I mean, she absolutely put it on Chelsea Chandler for the most part. Dude, she actually looked super sharp. So yeah, she looked clean, and yeah, for her to make her run and do the Sonic run through and catching the rings and shit, that was crazy. I mean, dude, the crazy part was, it was like Chandler almost forgot she was in the octagon, and she completely turned around and ran as if she was going to run out of the octagon. Like, dude, it was just almost like she forgot where she was. It was crazy.
She thought she was the Kool-Aid man. She was like, "Oh yeah," but they're like, "Oh no, there's a cage."
It was just like, and runs into it like she's fucking like Wile E. Coyote running into a wall that's painted.
Yeah, and Ben is right there. Diaz, bro, is taller her pretty much, and that's very. It's like she tried to be that so much, but it was just terrible, bro. And we got a super sticker from Derek. Appreciate the donation, brother. Yes, stopping by, spending your hard-earned bucks listening to these two guys talk about MMA. So thank you, brother. Truly appreciate that. But yeah, man, aside from that, this past weekend, Estela Nunez broke her arm. I don't want to pull up a picture of that on here, because that's kind of gross. But,
nah.
Late, but I'm here. Might have said it, but Matt, sounds like your mic is off. Okay, here we go. I'm glad you were able to point that out. So I appreciate it, brother. Let me get my mic.
You know what? Now that he said it, I think it was just because I was rushing to get back in here because where I went to the update. Yeah, better now? There you go. Good catch, Silent Six. See, I didn't even catch it.
There we go. Nice. All right. I appreciate it, Silent Six. Hell yeah, brother. If she knocked herself out running in the cage, that would have been the greatest thing of all time. Shorty from Scary Movie, run, bitch, run. I appreciate it. Yeah, audio sounds bad. All right. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Well, I'm glad I got D Rose here because, Silent Six, let me know what's up. I appreciate it. Yeah, but with that being said, dude, we got to get something out of the way because you got something still shining back here, and it looks good, all shiny back here because, when it's on, like, D Rose's channel, like, he's like, I don't know where it's at. It's around here somewhere. It has, like, boogers and glue on it over there. Cheetos. I keep it all nice and fresh and shiny over here. I am and still this week your pick champ. We had 3 different picks this past weekend. One of which, we actually had 4 different picks this past weekend, and I actually let D Rose decide which 3 was going to be for the pick champ. Our 4 different picks was it was Albert Duraev versus the Iron Turtle, where I went Albert Duraev. Dorian went Iron Turtle. It was Francisco Prado versus Ottoman Azatar. I went Francisco Prado. Dorian went Ottoman Azatar. It was Estela Nunez versus Victoria Dudakova, and I went Estela Nunez. Dorian went Victoria Dudakova, and our last one was Carl Deaton versus Alexander Munoz. And I went Alexander Munoz. Dorian went Carl Deaton. And I let Dorian pick which 3 do you want, brother? And he picked all of them besides the Victoria Dudakova versus Estela Nunez. So with that being said, I am right. 2 of those 3s and still this week. And thankfully, we don't have to talk about this card anymore, man.
Yeah, because again, brutal watch. Yeah, it was a brutal watch, man.
Yeah, it was just pretty rough. Rumor was someone painted a tunnel on the cage wall like a cartoon.
Dude, she was fucking Wile E. Coyote when she ran into that shit. Like, it was like, what are you doing?
Dude, that's
like,
so
crazy.
funny, dude. And still, indeed, 3 weeks in a row, Lush Maine, feeling good about it. Just scooped up a few White Sparkle Gore Burns rookies. Okay, this guy's, but I'll take during your Burns. Okay, nice, brother. Yeah. So that being said, man, anything else from this past weekend? Or are you good?
No, man. I'm all burnt out from that fight card.
All right, so let's get into the news and fight announcements that we do have, because that's nice. Derek this weekend going Murphy, Herbert, Craig, Feely, McCann, Aspinall. My picks. I'm pretty much on the same way with you. Maybe not the Andre Feely side, but hey, it is what it is. It's a fist fight. We never know what's actually going to happen, man. Yeah. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, fight news and announcements, dude. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, because I know you're just ready. You're just ready to gloat about it. So Ikram Aliskerov versus Paulo Costa is not happening. According to Ikram's camp this past week, he pulled out of the fight, and you went back, told me the channel, the episode number and where it was at, so I could go get the clip. So without any further ado, this is brought to you by me, but with a lot of pressure from D-Rose. I wouldn't have made this if he was like, bro, you have to make it. So I spent about an hour making this for D-Rose. So let's present D-Rose Stradamus, if you will. Let me get this off the screen. Here we go.
Same card. We got Paulo Bohashinya Costa taking on Ikram
Aliskerov.
I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with that. Ikram Aliskerov, dude.
Aliskerov.
Just snoozed Phil Halls, but dude, I think that might be not as easy of a fight, dude. Paulo's got a better chin than Phil Halls does.
I'm just telling you now, that fight's not happening. I'm going to tell you now, Paulo Costa is going to have some type of injury. He's not going to have enough secret juice. There's a visa issue. Somebody's going to have a visa issue, something like that. That fight's not happening, man. I can already tell you right now. Timestamp this as of May 17th at 9:11 p.m. And that fight is not happening. I'll tell you right now, it's not happening.
All right, you heard it here first. D Rose with a hot take.
I know D-Rose was just ready and willing, dude. I'm not, dude. I don't know if that was a hot take, if you will, because Paulo Costa has been known to pull out of fights. But yeah, dude, give me your thoughts, man.
Hey, man, I nailed that just because it didn't even sound right from the beginning. When we were talking about that, all of the fight news that had broke initially, that was when Dana was trying to put some put a little bit of shade on Francis Ngannou when he was trying to make the PFL announcement at that point. So remember when Dana rushed all those out, and a lot of times, dude, there have been times where the UFC has announced fights where fighters have not signed the contract or anything. Like they're like, dude, I didn't even know I was fighting this person. So it felt like it was something that was like a lot of pressure trying to put on Paulo Costa. But hey, if it's rumored that he's supposed to be taking a tougher fight, and we can get into it. But it'll make sense. But him versus Ikram, a guy who only had one fight in the UFC, just made absolutely no sense from the jump. It just smelled fishy. And that's why I just called it as soon as I seen it.
D-Rose was involved, according to Les Lemaine. So also tweeted that he'd fight Khamzat. Khamzat rejected, saying he's a bum, he has a better opponent, and they're both acting like at the moment, I'd say they're both acting like bumps. And I'm glad Silent Six brought this up, dude, because so Paulo Costa said he has an opponent and he just signed, and it's rumored to be Khamzat right now. And then Khamzat tweeted this right here, that Paulo is a bum and lost his chance, that he has a better opponent. So I'm thinking that something's happening, maybe like at 170 possibly, dude. Who the hell even knows, man? Like, what is this ring around the rosy of Paulo Costa, Khamzat, Ikram Aliskerov, Jared Cannonier that we have going on now, dude? Who's fighting Khamzat in Abu Dhabi?
Man, it's just hard telling because I felt like Khamzat just left his options so open. I mean, he was even on Twitter not too long ago talking about Leon Edwards. Oh, hey, maybe we should run that fight. Because they were supposed to fight. 3 different times, and those fights fell through each and every time. So I've seen he was calling him out. Him and Usman have been chirping back and forth. Him and Khamzat have been. So it's just it's really hard to tell where Khamzat's going to go at this point. It's clear that he's going to end up fighting on the Abu Dhabi card, but last week it was rumored that it was supposed to be Jared Cannonier. Now it's supposed to be Khamzat Chimaev. Dude, just with the way it's so crazy too, because you remember when Khamzat first came into the UFC, like, dude, his first 3 UFC fights were within like a month and a
11
half.
days.
Dude, his first 3 UFC fights were within like a month and a half of one another, and now, like, what has it been, over a year since August, I think. So dude, it's been so long since he's fought. It's just absolutely crazy. I think it's September, but just crazy to think it's been that long since he's fought, and there's no type of news or anything on what he's going to do next.
Yeah, man, it's for sure odd, but dude, yeah, and this is true right here, dude. What happened to the Colby versus like the Leon fight? Because I thought that was already like fucking scheduled to go, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would thought the same thing. I've heard Leon in multiple interviews say that I guess they might be looking for October, November, so they could maybe be the co-main event to John Jones and Steve A at MSG. But I'm sure Leon's one that he said he doesn't really care who he fights at this point. I'm sure if there's any type of way that he could try to snub Colby, even if it's to take a Khamzat fight, I'm sure he would, because I feel like the whole welterweight division wants to take it to Colby for sitting out for so long, and after the Jorge fight, and kind of getting granted this title shot. So I wouldn't mind actually seeing Colby get kind of kicked back for somebody else.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. So with that being said, jump into the rest of our news. And I figured I'm going to do you a solid this week, Theros. I'm going to bring them up so you can see them on the screen this week. So
Nice.
Up first, we got Miranda Maverick taking on Priscilla Cachoeira, UFC 291. Thoughts on that, man? July 29th.
Sure. That's a tough one too for Miranda Maverick. I mean, the zombie girl, she can throw leather and she can hurt you. I mean, I will say she is pretty known to get taken down. Her takedown defense is pretty shitty. So if Miranda Maverick can get the fight to the ground, I mean, it should favor her. But yeah, I mean, do you think at this point Miranda Maverick might be fighting for her contract right now, like for a UFC contract?
I think she loses one more, dude. It might be cutting it close.
Yeah. So you think she might have, even if she loses this one, you think she might have one more?
Yeah.
Or you think if she loses this one?
I think she loses this one, she's probably going to get fed to Contender Series girl or some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I could see her getting cut out to this one. I mean, Priscilla Cachoeira. I mean, if she doesn't beat Priscilla Cachoeira, you just gotta win. I think just to get some momentum back.
Like Ariane Lipski's still here, dude. Fucking, they haven't got rid of fucking Mandy Bum yet. Like, let's be real.
True.
If they cut Miranda Maverick and keep Mandy Bum, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing?
That is true. But yeah, that's a tough fight, man.
Up next, we got Chepe Mariscal taking on Jack Jenkins. You actually sent me this. This is the September card, dude, in Australia. So September 9th. Give me your thoughts on that.
Man, that's a good fight. Jack Jenkins coming off of his last fight. Who was it that he I can't remember off the top of my head who he fought. A lot of people thought he lost, but he ended up winning. I can't remember now, but and then Chepe coming off of the Trevor Peek fight, he fought at 55 when he's originally a 145 or so, moving back down to his original weight class, dude. I think Chepe, he showed a lot of grit in that Trevor Peek fight, a lot of skills.
That's who he just fought.
Yeah, Jamal Emmer, that's who it was. So I remember a lot of people thought Jack Jenkins might have lost that fight, but I think Chepe's going to have a lot of momentum, but that should be a pretty good fight too.
Hell yeah. Jack is going to break that dude's legs. It's possible, dude. I'm surprised, like we didn't see Trevor Peek throw any fucking leg kicks at him, dude, because he throws with furiosity, and he was just throwing fists at him, dude. Just throwing.
Because he doesn't. Exactly. Because he's too busy throwing fucking standing damn hammer fists and shit, like exhausted. It's crazy.
All right, dude. Muhammad Makayev returning, dude, after getting his leg pretty much torn apart, man. It was crazy to see. But Tim Elliott versus Muhammad Makayev, UFC 294, October 21st. I'm guessing that's the Abu Dhabi card, yeah?
Yeah, it sounds about right. For the pay-per-view in October, that's usually where they do it. So, or at least the last few years. So, yeah. And Tim Elliott, I mean, kudos to him for, taking such a tough fight. But, I mean, that's not an easy fight for Muhammad Makayev. Tim Elliott, he's got that awkward style, good foot movement. He's got pretty good takedown defense for the most part. So, and even when he does get taken down, he's normally pretty good off his back. It isn't, I don't know if he's ever been submitted before. I'm sure he has, but very few times, I'm sure, because he has good submission defense. So, should be a good test for Muhammad Makayev.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. And then moving on, we got Charles Air Jourdain taking on Ricardo Ramos, dude. That should be a fireworks fight, September 23rd. Vegas. I think that's the Grasso versus Shevchenko card, no?
That sounds about right. Or no, I think it's September 16th.
Oh, yeah. It's close to it.
Yeah, it's the I think it's a week after, but Charles Jourdain, I'm a big fan of him. The dude always brings a fight, and I kind of like what he's been doing, like in terms of taking fights here lately. He's kind of been taking like a little bit of a step back in competition and kind of just working on, progressing his skills. I've heard him in a couple of interviews now say that instead of just taking any fights that the UFC kind of calls and offers him, he wants to kind of be a little bit smarter about taking, fights, being more prepared, wanting to have more film study and stuff. And, maybe kind of having this little reset for him can kind of re-energize him to get the finishes that he does. Should be a good fight, man.
Yeah, indeed. Why they do Tim like that? Dude, he's always fighting Russians. It doesn't make any sense. Dude, it's like a late notice replacement or a Russian. You choose. So up next we've got Ange Lusa taking on Reese McKee. Reese McKee going to get crushed, dude. I don't think he's good. What about you?
Maybe Reese McKee could have one of those kind of like resurgent moments, like how Modestas Bukauskas had, where he had the kind of reset, go back to Cage Warriors, get a couple wins under his belt.
After getting Kamzaded like that, dude, I don't know.
Well,
if
dude,
he could ever be the same.
But dude, exactly. He fought Hamza on his debut on like short notice. Like he took the Hamza fight on short notice. Like that's not, that wasn't advisable for him. And I mean, it was good that he was kind of able to go back and kind of reset. And I mean, he's going to have the reach advantage on Ange Lusa, but Ange Lusa is tough though. So I mean, it should be a good fight. But I don't just want to dismiss Reese McKee just yet because he is young too.
All right, dude. Cynthia Calvillo still in the UFC, and she is taking on Elise Reed September 16th. That is the Shevchenko versus Grasso card. What are your thoughts on that, man?
How is Calvillo still in the UFC at this point, dude? I thought she retired. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she retired. Like I honestly gonna thought she retired.
Too, we're at strawweight.
That's crazy.
Or I mean, like at 115 too. We're at strawweight.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know she was still fighting in the UFC at this point. That's nuts.
Yeah, man. Who is this? Martin Boudet versus Josh Parisian next week, dude. After Walt Harris tested positive for PEDs. Care about that or no?
Not at all.
All right. We got Fat Collier taking on Muhammad Usman.
Yeah, I don't really care about that fight either.
All right. Cool. Parker Porter taking on Junior Tafa. Care about that?
No, he fought Justin Tafa. I was like, wait a minute, didn't he just fight? So he's trying to get his brother back for knocking him out, huh? That's pretty funny. So he is knocked out by Justin. So now he's gonna go after Junior, maybe to try to get a rematch back with Justin. That's hilarious. Let's go Parker Porter.
All right, fair enough. We got Benoit Saint Denis taking on Thiago Moises. That's a banger, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a really good fight. Benoit Saint Denis, as we kind of called in that last, we didn't say that he was going to outright win. We did pick Bonfim, but knew that Saint Denis no one to play with, and he proved it in that last fight. But this is going to be a real test for him in Thiago Moises.
Is this McGee's first fight back after his debut against Kamzat? In the UFC, yes, but I think he went back to Cage Warriors and fought a few more times, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't keep up with him, to be honest. Elise Reed looks like AI Sophia had a baby with Zuckerberg. I probably will never unsee that now. Yeah, so moving on. We got the rematch. Austin Lane versus Justin Tafa 2 after the nasty eye poke that happened, dude. Care about that or no?
Run it back, baby. It was only right. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. And UFC Nashville taking hits, man. As Sean the Sniper Woodson lost his, I forgot who he was. Steve Garcia was who he was fighting. Mean Machine. Sean Woodson now going to fight late notice replacement Jesse Butler. I'll be going to this card, but kind of bummed out that found out the news today that Umar fell out of that. But yeah. We'll get into it. Let's see who these guys are. Blood Diamond going to be taking on someone new. Okay. UFC trying to get Blood Diamond a fight. Give me your thoughts on this. Caio Bahayo taking on Nur Sultan or Rizzo Boev, dude. Just now snoozed Bruno Ferreira.
That's what I was about to say. Why is Caio Bahayo not fighting up in the weight class? Why is he fighting I swear he always takes these weird fights against guys who are good but not ranked. It's just
He has that Bisping eye now, dude. He can see anything.
Dude, he might not have an eye anymore. Yeah, I mean that whole thing might be just absolutely gone. That's absolutely nuts. But yeah, weird fight for Caio Bahayo.
All right, dude. We got to step on these because, dude, we got 15 fights this weekend to cover, man. So holy smokes, dude. Shane Young is getting another fight, dude. What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know at this point because I think
I'm going to pick him to get snoozed. In September, dude, he just now got snoozed 2 weeks ago. Dude, he's getting snoozed by this guy. I'm calling that shit right now. Prop of the year, this guy by knockout. I don't even know this guy, Gabriel Miranda, by knockout.
Shane Young got snoozed?
Huh?
I thought he lost, but I didn't.
Who am I talking about? Who did?
He lost, but he didn't. He lost
Jesus Aguilar just now fucking snooze.
He lost to Blake Builder his last fight.
No, who am I thinking about? Who's the Aussie guy that just now fought?
Jamie Malarkey.
Nah, the dude that got snoozed in 10 seconds. But the dude that's never had a knockout.
Dude, and You're talking about Shannon Ross, dude. That's
Shannon Ross,
flyweight. Yeah, that's
yeah,
flyweight.
yeah. I get them confused, I guess, but neither one of them is good in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Well, they're both not like Aussies and with the same damn haircut, and their face looks the exact same.
Nah, but I mean, I'll show you some bail there. They're Aussies, but
Australian dude. Yeah, somebody knows what I'm talking about.
I'll show you some bail, but I don't care about this fight.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. That shows you how much I care. I just get them confused. I thought it was the flyweight dude. Yeah, man. Dude, that's your girl with the leg lock, right? With the cool haircut. Who's she fighting? Melissa Dixon, dude. Give me her against someone decent, dude. I need to see the. I gotta watch my language. I need to see this chick get knocked out. She irritates me, dude.
Wait, who is it? I can't even see. Yeah, just keep
the chick that knee barred Stephanie Egger, Arena Alexieva, with the haircut.
Oh yeah.
On the left here. In the
red. Yeah. I know you're talking about. I don't care.
Is that a damn AI photo? I don't believe so, man.
The one on the right.
Nope. I don't think so. All right. Who is this? Vanessa Demopoulos taking on someone I've never heard of. We got Tamaris Vidal returning against someone else that I've never heard of. And then Emily Ducote taking on Ashley Yoder, dude. You care about that one?
Not really.
All right, dude. And then let's see here. Orbit.
He's fighting his here at the end.
Let's just get these real quick. Miguel Baeza out of his fight with Jake Matthews. Care about that one?
That's a bummer.
Blago Ivanov been cut from the UFC. Care about that?
Oh, not Blago.
Looks like Mateusz Gamrot open to fight in Islam in October since he can't find a opponent.
I guess you got to shoot your shot, right?
All right, and then this bummer right here, dude. Umar out of the fight, UFC Nashville with Corey Sandhagen, dude. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm more curious to get your thoughts. I know you're really bummed out about it. I mean, it doesn't really, with the Nurmagomedov pulling out, it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't. And Silent Six, literally as I said it, he's commenting and agreeing with me. And I messaged you the same exact thing earlier. Nurmagomedov pulling out, not surprising at all.
Yeah, man. And then I just now saw one more right beside this that kind of interests me, dude. This would be even better. I'm trying, guys. Tweet about Adrian Yanez, dude. You think Adrian Yanez trying to fight Corey Sandhagen?
He potentially could. I think for Corey's style, I think that's going to be a little bit of a big step up for Adrian Yanez. I mean, he even, I heard him in an interview the other day. He's one of my favorite fighters, and he did say that in that Rob Font fight, I told you that he looked like he got pissed off and was trying to get one back on Rob Font, and he absolutely admitted to that and said that he let his pride kind of get the best of him. I don't know if trying to control your pride too much, if that's a good type of style to go up against with Corey Sandhagen, the way he fights. I love Yanez, but I think that's too big of a step up for him right now.
All right, man. Dude, that'd be a cool fight, for the main event for the one I go to. I wouldn't be too upset at that. Gotta be.
Oh yeah, it'd be an awesome fight, and I'm sure but for me being a fan of Yanez, I want to see him kind of get back a little bit slower than going right back into the fire with someone top 5 like Corey Sandhagen.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Can't be mad at that. So with that being said, man, let me get shit pulled up for this weekend. So let me stop sharing that one. And
it's actually not too bad of a card. It's a bummer because I end up working late this weekend, and it's an early card.
For sure, an early card. Yeah. Well, what time's this one starting? It's got to be early, right?
Is it 3?
I mean, it's in London, dude. So it's.
the main card.
Oh yeah, main card maybe early.
I think the
main card at 3. Prelims are going to be at noon, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty pretty early start. Yeah, I hate those early starts when I work late, man, because it's not the most loaded, but at the top of the card you do have Molly McCann and Tom Aspinall and those UK crowds, and they support their fighters, man. They bring the fire and the passion. So those are cards that I do tend to enjoy watching.
Hell yeah, brother. And I got it here. Pull it up, dude. And we got 15 fights, dude. So holy smokes, man. How long we been on here already, dude? 36 minutes, dude, before we even start talking about these cards. All right, let's see if we can get done before 10, man. We got a lot of fights. Can you see my screen, man?
Yeah.
All right, good. So these past few cards showing WMMA is poop. Man, I actually like women's MMA. If it's I'm gonna make this joke, man. If I have money on it, I'll watch it. I would watch two worms fighting if I could bet on it.
Brutal, man.
And then
Brutal.
this one starts at 1:30 a.m. prelims and 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, man, or in Australia. That's rough. Prelims starting at 1:30 a.m., dude. All right. Tybura is a sleeper pick, man. You might be the only person I've heard say that all week, man. Good luck on your pick, Ben. And then if you bet WMMA, you may have a problem. I may have a problem, but that is what I've done the best on you. People here can attest to that. Ain't that right, D-Rose?
I know that's your specialty when it comes to gambling.
It makes no sense, but that is what I am. That's what I'm the best at. I don't know why. So this weekend, dude, we got UFC Fight Night or Fight Afternoon in London. Tom Aspinall taking on Marcin Tybura. It's going to be taking place at the O2 Arena in London, England. And we got 15 fights, as I said earlier. Let me get a swig before we start this. In the main event, we have Tom Aspinall taking on Marcin Tybura. We got the meatball, Molly McCann, taking on Julia Stolyarenko. We got the prospect, Nathaniel Wood, taking on Andre Touchy-Feely. We got the black belt hunter, Andre Moniz, taking on the Bear Jew, Paul Craig. We got the black country banger, Jai Herbert, taking on the smile killer, Faraz Ziam. We got the miracle, Lerone Murphy, taking on Josh Kulabau. We got dangerous Davy Grant, taking on Daniel Marcos. We got Hot Chocolate, Danny Roberts, taking on Johnny Parsons. We got the Bone Crusher, Mark DeCasey, taking on Joel Alvarez. We got Mick Parkin, taking on Jamal Pogues. Brian Barberina, Bam Bam Barberina, taking on Mahmoud Muradov. We got Ketlin Vieira, taking on Pandy Kianzad. Chris Duncan, taking on Yanal Ashmove. Bruno Brazil taking on Shauna Bannon, and Jafel Fellow taking on Daniel Barres for the first fight of the night, dude. So 15 of them hosts. Thoughts on the card overall?
Yeah, again, I think it's a pretty good card. In the UK fans, they're always super supportive. So those types of crowds, even if the action isn't quite all there, those crowds always bring the energy as if it is. So yeah, I definitely I think the crowd's going to definitely bring that energy.
Chat, let us live, Nate. Have it on Wednesday, and I can confirm I have a problem. We are degenerates here, indeed. Oh goodness, dude! If Tom Aspinall gets injured again this week, I'm gonna be like, damn, bro. My boy's listening while I do some yard work here in Idaho. D-Rose, nice call on Paulo Costa this week. Shout out Papa Chuck for stopping by. Hell yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So first fight of the night, Jafel Fillo taking on Daniel Barres, dude. Jafel Fillo 14-3. Pastor Jafel Fillo. Daniel Barres 16-5. Jafel Fillo won 4 of his last 5. Lost to Muhammad Makayev on short notice. He's the one that pretty much cranked his knee backwards, if you guys remember that. And then Daniel Barres also won 4 of his last 5, but on a 4-fight win streak. Jafel Fillo minus 120 favorite, and Daniel Barres minus 105. So the near even fight. Jafel Fillo is 30 years old, 5'7", 68.5-inch reach. Daniel Barres, 34 years old, 5'6", 66-inch reach. D-Rose, you want to start this week, or do you want me to start this week?
You can go ahead and start this week.
All right, man. Yeah, as I said, Jafel Fillo just now in his last fight fought Muhammad Mokaev, got submitted in the third round after like pretty much breaking Muhammad Mokaev's knee in all kinds of ways, dude. It was just super weird to see him like lose like that. It's like, bro, what the hell is going on? But that being said, dude, really impressed me against Muhammad Mokaev because I think he won at least one of the rounds, to be honest. So pretty tough kid, not too old in his prime, and I got to be honest, I don't know shit about Daniel Barros. So that being said, man, give me Jafel Fillo this week, the pastor, to win. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna waste too much time. I'm just going to go with a more familiar name and Jafel Fillo here. So yeah, let's go Jafel Fillo.
All right, D-Rose with a hot take. All right, next fight of the night, we got Bruna Brazil. Bruna, the special one, Brazil, taking on Mama B, Shauna Bannon. Bruna Brazil, 8-3, won 4 of her last 5. Last loss to Denise Gomes via knockout. Shauna Bannon is 5-0, undefeated. Bruna Brazil minus 130 favorite. Shauna Bannon plus 105 dog. So it's very, very slight dog. Almost even fight once again. Bruna Brazil, 29 years old, 5'6", 65-inch reach. Going to be the hometown girl for Shauna Bannon, fighting out of Ireland. She's 29 years old, 5'5", 69-inch reach. So Bruna Brazil will have an inch height advantage, but a half inch, but basically a 4-inch reach disadvantage. D-Rose, you didn't want to start off with the last one. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I think this one fireworks here. Yeah, no, not really. I mean, I don't really know too much about either, to be honest, but I mean, I know Bruna Brazil. She's the most that I know about her is that she's a front runner. And there's times where if she's able to establish pressure, she's got pretty good boxing, she's got pretty good striking. And but if she gets the pressure put on her a little bit, Denise Gomes showed in her fight that, put a little bit of pressure on her. And Denise Gomes can crack too. So it's not like that's a bad loss by any means. But Denise Gomes, once she became the hammer, kind of put the pressure on Bruna Brazil and crumpled her. And all of her losses, she has lost by knockout. And Shauna Bannon, I think, pretty good striker from what I've seen. Got a pretty good 1-2. I think, from Ireland, she's going to have a little bit of the home crowd there behind her. I think Shauna Bannon can actually get it done here, and I'm actually going to go with her as an underdog pick this week. Let's go Shauna Bannon here.
Oh, you're gonna wave around your underdog foul flag at a plus 105. All right, I feel you, D-Rose. Give me Bruna Brazil here just to show that she's more UFC caliber. She's already had a UFC fight, and Shauna Bannon, undefeated, 5-0, probably hasn't fought anyone yet. She's gonna fight someone this weekend, so I guess we'll see. Let's see how good she is. Give me Bruna Brazil for the win to shut down the UFC newcomer, though, in our first different pick of the night.
Hey, to be fair, whenever you pick anything that has a plus in front of it, even if it's plus 100, you say the dog as well.
It depends. Next fight of the night, we got Chris Duncan taking on Yanal Ashmos. We got the problem. Chris Duncan is 10-1, won 4 of his last 5. His only loss was to Vyacheslav Borishev, dude, Slavaklaus, on the Contender Series. And then we got Red Fox, Yanal Ashmov, 7-0. And if you guys don't know who he is, he just now snoozed Sam Patterson in his first fight in the UFC on late notice, dude. Sam Patterson was a pretty big favorite, too.
Yeah, like a minus 300 favorite.
Yeah, and then Chris Duncan minus 115, Ashmo minus 105. So pretty much even fight once again. Chris Duncan, 30 years old, 5'10", 71-inch reach. Yanal Ashmos is 28 years old, 5'9", 68-inch reach. Chris Duncan gets hit a ton, man, but he just seems to come back every single time, dude. It's like he gets hurt every single fight on the Contender Series and in the UFC. Like Omar Morales got hurt by Omar Morales, got hurt bad by Charlie Campbell, and then snoozed Charlie Campbell, dude, on the Contender Series. Dude, Ashmos hits this dude. He might go down this week, brother. And he's gonna jump on him. Red Fox, yeah, dude, give me Red Fox to knock out Chris Duncan, dude. But I could see this going the other way too. If Chris Duncan decides he wants to wrestle like he did against Omar Morales, this could be easy. Chris Duncan, just 3-round decision, dude. But my official pick is going to be Red Fox by knockout. Which way are you going there?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a terrible pick, as you said, with Yanel coming in against Sam Patterson. Like I said, he was Sam Patterson was every bit a minus 300 favorite against Yanel, and Yanel come in and knocked him out. But then what was it, the first minute? It might have been the first 2 minutes of the fight, and it was at an extreme size disadvantage going into that fight. And I was going to actually mention that with Chris Duncan's loss to Slava Claus. That's a good mention there from Ben. He did lose that fight to Slava Claus, Chris Duncan did, but it was because he broke his arm in the Contender Series fight. He had broke his arm and basically couldn't, he continued, but, he really couldn't continue. So I think if he had his full weapons there, he might have been able to have won that fight. But, I think he's got the more well-rounded skill set, but as you said, he can crack. So, and Chris Duncan does have a habit of getting hit, but I think who's going to have the more versatility here and just in terms of skill set, I think Chris Duncan will. Let's go Chris Duncan here.
All right, D-Rose going Chris Duncan this week. So our second different pick of the night, another close one, brother. So, hell yeah.
Hey, Ben's comment. That's why I'm laughing there.
Oh, the Red Fox Sanford and Son fighting.
Damn it.
Next fight of the night, we got Ketlen Vieira taking on Pannie Kianzad. Dude, I remember Pannie Kianzad from when Kelvin Gastelum was coaching Tough. I don't know why that sticks in my head. I just remember him going, Pannie, no, and it just sounds weird. Anyway, Ketlen Vieira, phenomenal Ketlen Vieira taking on Bonsai Pannie Kianzad. 13-3 for Ketlen Vieira. Won 3 of her last 5. Lost a split decision to Raquel Pennington, dude. That's really close fight, dude. Got a win over Holly Holm in another really close fight, man. And then before that, who really cares? Pannie Kianzad last one against Lena Landsberg and lost a decision against Raquel Pennington. And before that, beat Alexa Davis 2 years ago. No one cares. All right. Minus 200 favorite for Ketlen Vieira, plus 160 for Pannie Kianzad. 31 years old, Ketlen Vieira, 5'8", 68-inch reach. Pannie Kianzad, 31 years old, 5'7", 66-inch reach. D-Rose, go for it.
Yeah, I think this one's I think this one, the betting line, maybe a little bit too heavy towards Ketlen Vieira, but I do think in terms of just top tier experience, she, as you've seen the names she's fought, she's fought, even though she lost to Aldana, but she's fought Aldana, she fought Holly Holm, she's fought Raquel Pennington, she's fought a lot of the top name girls and have beat or at least been in those fights with a lot of those girls. And did she beat Miesha Tate as well? For some reason,
who is that?
Ketlen Vieira. Did she beat Miesha Tate? For some reason, I'm thinking that she beat Miesha Tate as well. So so she's got a couple big names on her scalp, or a couple of scalps on her resume. So I know Kianzad, she's won 4 out of her last 5. She's looked good, but level of competition maybe not as tough as what Ketlen Vieira is going through. I think Ketlen Vieira gets it done here. Probably by decision, but yeah, give me Ketlen Vieira.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I got Ketlen Vieira wrestling Pannie Kianzad, just holding the control over the 3 rounds, at least cage pushing, stuff like that. Ketlen Vieira by decision. I'm with you, dude. Next fight of the night, we got Bam Bam Brian Barberena taking on Makhmud Muradov. And D-Rose, we can kind of go over this one together, if you will. But Brian Barberena versus Makhmud Muradov. Bam Bam Barberena, if you will, who lost 2 of his last 5, 18-10 overall. Last loss to Gunnar Nelson via armbar, and then RDA via rear naked choke, and then knocked out Robbie Lawler a year ago for the most part. Mahmoud Maradov, 25-8. Last loss 2 to Caio Bahayo and Gerald Mearshart via submission. Knocked out Andrew Sanchez probably in the third round because that's when Andrew Sanchez gets knocked out at. But Brian Barberina plus 230 underdog. Mahmoud Maradov minus 280 favorite. Brian Barberina, 34 years old, 6 foot, 72-inch reach. Mahmoud Maradov, 33 years old, 6'2", 75-inch reach. And when this fight was first announced, the Rose, me and you were both like, is Mahmoud going down to 170? Like, he's a pretty big, like, 185er. Can he even make 170? And then fast forward to this week, we find out, no, this fight is at 185. Brian Barberina moving up to 185. Me and you have been talking about this all week, dude. Brian Barberina was never a big 170 pounder. He's always been like a kind of chubby dude that don't cut that much weight, isn't in the best shape at 170, dude. He's moving up to 185. What is he doing? Just strictly McDonald's diet for this fight camp or some shit, trying to put on more weight, dude? Brian Barberina is gonna get fucking snoozed this weekend. Can we agree on that, man?
Well, the dude's still got an iron chin, so I'm not going to say he's going to get snoozed, but there could be a potential that there's going to be a pretty significant size advantage because I do, as you said, Brian Barberina is not the biggest 170 pounder. Just in terms of, I'm not talking about top tier guys, but just fun fighters. Brian Barberina is definitely on one of my lists just in terms of favorite fighters to watch. And they have done him nothing but just bad favors here as of late, just giving him weird and bad matchups. And, you're giving him a striker now, but you're having him go to 185 when I think there's guys at 70 that you could match him up against and be a fine matchup. But maybe Brian Barberina just didn't want to cut the weight. Maybe he just felt a little drained.
What weight?
The only thing I'm thinking, man, is that he probably wanted to try to maybe just add a little bit more muscle mass and realized 170 wasn't it once he tried to add on the muscle. That's the only thing I could think because he has been getting bullied in a lot of wrestling exchanges. Maybe he's wanted to add some muscle, and he's fighting a striker now. So,
dude,
I mean,
RDA is a literal 155er and just tossed him around like with ease, bro. Like,
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they always put Brian Barberina, or at least here lately, in these weird bad matchups against like grapplers when all his like firework highlights are from fights against strikers, Robbie Lawler and Matt Brown and Vicente Luque, and even Justin Witt. Even in that fight, that fight was fun, and it was just
Jason
because
Witt's
Brian Barberina,
one of the worst fighters to
Jason
ever
Witt,
break the UFC octagon. He's got the worst chin, dude.
And the worst part was that fight was still a fun fight because Brian Barberina was involved and they were just slugging it out with one another. Like, I just hate that they keep giving him these weird matchups. Miradov is a striker though, so it's fun for as long as it lasts. But man, the only thing I can say is that Miradov does have a questionable gas tank. So if he tries to unload the clip on Brian Barberina early, Brian Barberina could weather the storm late, but I think the only thing that's going to be against Brian Barberina here is just a size disadvantage, man. I think, it's not – it says a 2-inch height advantage, but I just feel like there's going to be a massive difference just in terms of body mass with the two, and I think that's going to play against Brian Barberina here. So, yeah, I'm definitely going I'm going Miradov. I don't know if he absolutely snoozes him, but, yeah, I'm going Miradov.
All right, fair enough. Next fight, we got Mick Parkin taking on Jamal Pokes and D-Rose. I'll get back to, I guess, breaking it down because we were both kind of on the same side there, and I knew we were going to be. We got Mick Parkin taking on Jamal Pokes. Stormtrooper Pokes. Mick Parkin 6-0, but let's be real, hasn't fought anyone. His claim to fame right now is training with Tom Aspinall. So who knows how that goes? John Jones trains with Maurice Green and what's his name?
Walt Harris.
Jorgen De Castro, Walt Harris, dude. So they're not the best either. So Jamal Pokes 10-3. But before the Contender Series, this fight right here, dude, fought all of his fights at light heavyweight. So Mick Parkin, probably a legit heavyweight dude, weighing in 260, 6'4", things like that. Lost via heel hook, Contender Series. I mean, in LFA. But Mick Parkin plus 120 dog. Jamal Pogues minus 145 favorite. Mick Parkin, 27 years old, 6'4", 79-inch reach. Jamal Pogues, 27 years old, 6'3", 77-inch reach. And as I said, dude, Mick Parkin, we don't really know anyone that he has fought on the Contender Series. Fought Eduardo Neves, won via rear naked choke. But a heavyweight that can get a rear naked choke seems kind of nice. We got Faith Astus, Ashley Pollard, Simon Sawitzkis, and Jan Lasik, dude. That's all of his fights for the most part. He's got one more. I've never even heard of one of those guys, so I can't pretend I don't know. I know shit about Mick Parkin, but if he's big enough, a big body, a legit heavyweight, at least training with Tom Aspinall, he has to know what he's doing. And for this fight to be as close as it is, somebody knows something, man. Because for us not to know shit about Mick Parkin and him to be only a plus 120 dog to Jamal Pogues that we've seen in a few UFC fights, beat Josh Parisian via decision, dude. But this guy, Paulo Renato Jr., that guy was like a 170 pounder. So, yeah, bro, I'm going Mick Parkin. Give me the dog this week. Which way you going, man?
Man, yeah, that's the only thing with me too is that I think Jamal Pogues, and he's
a 205er with that just put some fat on, man.
Yeah, and he's not like that great. Like I think he's going to have. Yeah, I was about to say he's got a snap and jab. That is one thing I will get. He's got a snap and jab, but other than that, we hadn't really seen him tested too much in the UFC just yet. Yeah, I think Mick Parkin is going to be the natural heavyweight here. Because the only thing with the UK crowd, man, so if Mick Parkin starts getting some takedowns, the UK crowd's going to go crazy. And 30 seconds are going to go by and it's going to feel like 5 minutes have gone by just with them screaming in the judge's ears. And I think Mick Parkin, even if he doesn't get the finish, I think he can ride out position. And yeah, I think he gets it done as well.
All right, me and D-Rose both on the dog, Mick Parkin. Dude. And we'll move on to this one. The Bone Crusher, Mark Nikasi, taking on El Fenomeno again, Joel Alvarez. Bone Crusher, Mark Nikasi is 16-6 overall. Lost 3 of his last 5. Last loss to Michael Johnson via decision. Beat Damir Hadzovic and then Slava Claus. And then lost to Rafael Alves via rear naked choke. And then, dude, this was the one. Rafael Fiziev via decision. So Rafael Fiziev did not knock out Mark Nikasi, and let it be known that after this fight, Mark Nikasi started wrestling. Yeah, and then Joel Alvarez, 19-3 overall. Last lost his fight against Arman Saryukin via ground and pound, and then won all of them before that. Knocked out Thiago Moises, not saying a whole lot. And then Alexander Yavishlov, don't know who that is. Submitted Joe Duffy. And submitted Danilo Barrera. I don't know who that is 4 years ago. Bone Crusher plus 130 dog, dude. Joel Alvarez minus 155 favorite. Bone Crusher going to be the hometown guy fighting out of Doncaster, England. South Yorkshire, England. 30 years old, 5'10" and 73-inch reach for Mark Nikasi. And then for Joel Alvarez, 30 years old, 6'3", 77-inch reach, dude. One, I don't know if this fight's going to happen because Joel Alvarez probably ain't going to make weight. But D-Rose, break it down for me. And who you picking?
There's a very good chance that this fight doesn't happen because Joel Alvarez is going to have trouble making weight because he is fucking huge.
Dude,
for 155.
It's like his last like 3 fights, he's missed weight at.
Yeah, by 3 pounds or so, like on like 3 or so pounds probably. Like I'm pretty sure, like with all of those, and that's pretty rough. But man, the only thing is that Mark Nikasi's wrestling has been a little bit better in his last few fights. They've been calling him D1 Nikasi, but Joel Alvarez, he has he did well against Thiago Moises and defending takedowns against him, but once he got to Armin's level, yeah, he definitely got diced up by Armin. But him taking the year off, I'm thinking that, you know, taking off all that time, you know, he worked on getting better on his game. I mean, because Armin sliced him up with those elbows on the ground. Mark D. Casey is going to, in my opinion, have the wrestling advantage, but is he going to be able to get within that distance, that reach? I think that's going to be a big key here for Joel Alvarez. And Mark D. Casey in his last fight against Michael Johnson, who went in for the takedown a couple of times. I think he, you know, he was able to get position a couple of times, but after that, Michael Johnson pretty much kept him off of him for the most part. I think Joel Alvarez, he's got the frame to be able to do that. He should be able to have the strength to be able to keep Mark D. Casey on him, because Mark D. Casey is not a natural wrestler here. So I think Joel Alvarez should be able to pick apart D. Casey from the outside. And I think as long as he doesn't get taken down here a whole bunch, I think he can get it done here. Let's go Joel Alvarez.
All right, fair enough. Let me start like this. I already have a bet on Mark DeCasey at a worse line than this too, just because of just the matchup itself here. So for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Joel Alvarez fan. I think he is massive for 155, and if he can make weight, he's going to be a problem. He just has trouble making the weight. That being said, he also has a 0% takedown defense. Never stopped a takedown in the UFC. And if I'm going to be honest, dude, I think if you ask me who has the cleaner, slicker striking, it's going to be Mark DeCasey. The only thing that Joel Alvarez has over Mark DeCasey, in my opinion, is size and power. That's the only thing that he has. He's going to get taken down. It's just like, can Joel Alvarez throw up one of these slick submissions that he's good at doing, dude? He's also done that a ton too. Yeah, dude, this is just tough for me. I have a bet on Mark DeCasey, but I'm going to pick Joel Alvarez to get the submission this week, dude. Give me Joel Alvarez via submission. Give me him cracking DeCasey shooting, and Joel Alvarez with the guillotine, man. But hey, if I'm wrong, I got that Mark DeCasey ticket in my pocket that I'm waiting on him to just ride out a 3-round decision over Joel Alvarez because he can't stop the takedowns. Joel Alvarez via submission is my pick this week. What you got to say, D-Rose?
About a submission. That's interesting. I figured he had picked either by knockout or decision before you would have submission.
Well, gonna crack him, gonna shoot in submission, because I don't think he's gonna knock out Mark DeCasey, dude. Rafael Fiziev didn't knock out Mark DeCasey, man. It's gonna be tough to knock this guy out. Sure. He's got good head movement. He's slick. He's got good stroke, dude. He was originally a fucking kickboxer, right? In the UFC. Yeah. So it's like I do believe that he is better. He's more technical, slicker on the feet. I get him confused with Kama Worthy sometimes, but that's because they got the same haircut.
Martin DeCasey got the blonde or the red though. That's the only difference.
Yeah. So next fight,
Kama Worthy's not in the UFC.
Yeah, me and D Rose both on Joel Alvarez this week. Next fight of the night, we got Hot Chocolate Danny Roberts taking on the Slugger Knot Johnny Parsons, dude. Can I just say before I get to breaking this down, Johnny Parsons is ass, dude. I watched a couple of highlights. And I'm like, oh, this dude's not good. And Hot Chocolate ain't good either. So you're going to have a fun time breaking this one down.
Danny Roberts is chinny as hell.
Yeah, have a fun time breaking this one down. Danny Roberts, 18-7, lost 3 of his last 5. Fighting out of the UK, though. Johnny Parsons, 8-3, won all 5 of his last 5. Hot Chocolate, 36 years old, 6'1", 74-inch reach. Johnny Parsons, 31 years old, 5'9", 69-inch reach. D-Rose, break it down.
Did I not break down the last one?
Nope.
Mark DeCasey and Joel Alvarez?
Yeah, sure I did. I mean, you did. So as you said, Hot Chocolate, super chinny, but I don't think Danny Parsons is good anyway. For the most part, I got a text message and it threw me off. Yeah, I don't know. Where was I at? Yeah, Hot Chocolate, as you said, chin's not good, but Johnny Parsons not good either. Dude, strictly due to size and hot chocolate being able to keep people at distance. Give me hot chocolate this week by decisions. Training out of where is it? Fortis, Black Zillions. What is that? Killcliff now? Whatever it's called. Give me a hot chocolate Danny Roberts to win this week via decision. Which way are you going, D-Rose?
Yeah, this is a tough one to call.
I like how you
just
pawn that off
because-
on me. Like, didn't I do the last one just because you did? You're like, man, I don't fucking do.
I did do the last one.
You
but
did
yeah,
do the
don't
last one, but you also you're like,
yeah,
man, I don't
don't yeah, no, you tried to pawn on me because you didn't want to do it. No, we've been alternating until we got to this one. All of a sudden you want me to do 2 in a row. No, you're not slick. But I mean, honestly, I don't really have too much confidence picking either way. I mean, the only reason why I would pick Danny Roberts here is maybe just due to the reach and the height or the reach, and he's got good striking, but dude, he's just so damn chinny. I mean, I just don't right now. I mean, who's the favorite again? I mean, this is I don't even know how you call it favorite. Was it even money?
We don't have odds on.
Okay, it's just
On
showing
this
on
one,
ESPN. It's basically even money on ESPN right now, -110 apiece. So, I mean, I guess that's about how you can call it. But let's go. Yeah, fuck it. He's chinny. Let's go, Johnny Parsons, man. Johnny Parsons for the KO. I don't know if I'm putting that to pick champs though, because I think we'll have a few more to disagree on.
All right, so that's pick number 3, the different one. So that's all we need, but we got a lot more fights to cover, dude. Jesus Christ. We got Dangerous Davy Grant taking on Daniel Marcos. I'm not trying that. 13-6 for Davy Grant. Won 3 of his last 5 on a 2-fight win streak, plus 100 dog, though. Daniel Marcos, 14-0, undefeated, -120 favorite, fighting out of Peru. Davy Grant, 37 years old, 5'8", 69-inch reach. Daniel Marcos is 30 years old, 5'7", also 69-inch reach. And D-Rose, there you go. Now you can break it down.
Yeah, thank you for going in the proper order. But Davy Grant, that's my guy. He's a dog. Got good body shots, good hooks. I think Daniel Marcos, he came in his last fight against Simon Oliveira.
Stash, Papa Chuck.
So, but no, Daniel Marcos, he came in with his he used a little bit of wrestling against Simon Oliveira, but he was able to get the finish. I think it was with some ground and pound. I think he ended up hurting him and ground and pounding him. But Davy Grant, he's got that dog in him. But even in his last fight against the Sun Sal, if it was not for the ref being kind of dumb and picking up a Sun Sal off the ground when he was controlling Davy Grant probably would have lost that fight. I love Davy Grant. He's just a little bit older.
He wins via like reverse triangle.
Yeah, no, but what happened was like a Sun Sal was controlling him and had top position, but he wasn't really doing too much. But it was literally for like 30 seconds, and the ref stood him up. Do you remember that? And then everybody was like, "Why did you stand him up?" And no, Davy Grant put his finger in the cage or something like that, and he ended up standing up the fight instead of penalizing Davy Grant. Davy Grant hurts a Sun Sal and takes him out. So, but basically, if the fight wasn't stood up, Davy Grant would have lost that fight. I think he's going to just be a little bit older, a little bit slower. I'm going to go with Daniel Marcos. I love Davy Grant, but going Daniel Marcos here.
Yeah, man. Daniel Marcos got power, man. I don't think he snoozes Davy Grant, but I just think he's able to put in the more damaging shots over 3 rounds. Give me Daniel Marcos via decision this week, dude. I'm going with a slight favorite as well. Short and sweet. Main card time, finally, man. If you guys haven't already, do us a favor and hit a thumbs up for us. Don't ever ask that because I'm terrible at it, but here we go. We got Lerone Murphy, the Miracle, taking on Kuya Josh Kulabau. 12-0-1 for Lerone Murphy, 11-1-1 for Josh Kulabau. Lerone Murphy -160 favorite, Josh Kulabau +130 dog. Lerone Murphy, 32 years old, 5'9", 73-inch reach, dude, and he's 32 years old exactly. I actually think his birthday will be Saturday night or some shit like that. So pretty wild, dude. Gonna be fighting on his birthday. And Josh Kulabau, 29 years old, 5'10", and 73-inch reach. So Josh Kulabau going to have a half-inch reach disadvantage and a 1-inch height advantage, dude. I like Lerone Murphy, dude. And, dude's undefeated for a reason. Dude has relatively tough fights. He has a draw with Zabira Takugov, which, 3 years ago, Lerone Murphy's still rather new to the UFC, if you will. Tough fight. Knocked out Ricardo Ramos. Went to decision with Douglas DeAndrade. Knocked out Makwan Amirkhani with a knee, dude. I think that may have been a tougher fight. He may have been losing that one before he knocked out, but Makwan's only got one round of gas. And dude, tough fight against Gabriel Santos in his last fight. Josh Kulabau submitted Melsik Bagdasaryan in his last fight, dude. And yeah, dude, I got to go the Miracle Murphy here. Get the hometown. I think it's a good fight for him. Just over 3 rounds, just land the more powerful shots, and once again, get the unanimous decision wins. I don't think he knocks out Josh Kulabau, but I got Lerone Murphy getting the decision win in England, man. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I think this should be a pretty good fight against two up and coming prospects. You usually don't get two guys that are kind of on the trajectory as far as winning a lot of fights in their first couple in the UFC matched up so early. But I think both have displayed a lot of talent. As you're looking right there, Joshua Kulabau's only loss is a weight class up to Jalen Turner. So, I mean, can you imagine, actually moving up a weight class and fighting a dude who should be up a weight class? Like, that's a pretty tough fight. And he took that
Brian Barberina is going to feel like this weekend.
Yeah, pretty much. And Kulabau took that final short notice against Jalen Turner too. But he's looked good in the UFC ever since, and getting that finish against Bagdasaryan. Man, Lerone Murphy, as you said, he had trouble against Makwan Amirkhani with the wrestling a little bit. He came back and got the finish in the second. But Kulabau, I think he's going to have a little bit more of a gas tank. I think he's going to be a little bit more of the persistent wrestler. I think he's going to be able to get the positions and ride out a decision. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the submission on him, but if you're looking for maybe like some juicy odds, I think he can maybe go Kulabau by submission or decision, maybe on a double chance. But yeah, I think Kulabau actually gets it done here.
All right, D-Rose going Josh Kulabau this week. I am going the Miracle Lerone Murphy. Next fight of the card, we got Jai Herbert taking on Fares Ziam. Dude, I thought this line would have switched by now, but it hasn't, dude.
It's actually gone more the other way.
I mean, according to Tapology, it's near even, but actual odds have Jai Herbert like plus 130, right? Some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Well, plus 140 is what I'm looking at now.
Jesus, dude. But anyway, Black Country Banger, Jai Herbert taking on the Smile Killer, Fares Ziam. Jai Herbert 12-4-1, Smile Killer 13-4 overall. Right now it's plus 140 for Jai Herbert, and what for Fares Ziam? Probably minus 115. I mean, like a minus 165, some shit like that.
I'm actually pulling up the odds on FanDuel right now. FanDuel, they have Fares Ziam at minus 166, Jai Herbert plus 130 on FanDuel.
Good call, huh? Oh, close.
Nailed.
All right. Jai Herbert, 35 years old, 6'1", 77-inch reach. Fares Ziam, 26 years old, 6'1", 75-inch reach, dude. Also trains out of Killcliff, with everyone else down there. Did I break down last one, or you broke down last one?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Who was it? It was
Lerone Murphy and Kulabau.
So you go ahead on this one, man.
Okay. Fares Ziam, I don't think he's that great by any means, but he's got some pretty decent wrestling. Jai Herbert, he's also been chinny at times. Well, I'm not going to say chinny, but getting knocked out by Taporia is not a terrible thing, but he's been hurt in a lot of his fights. So, it wouldn't be unlike him to get finished. Man, Fares Ziam is not that great though. I mean, he's a decent wrestler. I think if he has the opportunity, he can get it to the ground. But I think if he leaves it standing, it's definitely going to be trouble for him. But yeah, I think he's able to get it down to the ground. Kind of right at the positions. Just Jai Herbert's, his takedown defense is not great by any means. But he's got potent striking, and he can yeah, he can take it to you once he's getting in a flow. But I think Fair's Ziem. I think as long as he puts the pressure on, I think he can get it done here. Let's go Fair's Ziem.
All right, D-Rose on Forrest ZM this week. As you said, D-Rose, I don't think he's that good either. He's already been cut from the UFC. He got brought back in his last fight against Michael Figlak, and as you said, wrestled him. But Michael Figlak, let's not pretend like he's the best guy in the world. He was 8-0 at the time, and then, got exposed for the most part by Forrest ZM. Dude, I think Jai Herbert's pretty good for the most part. You drop Ilya Taporia with a head kick, dude, you get my respect. Give me Jai Herbert this week via knockout over Forrest ZM. I don't even know how many that is different at this point, but hey, we'll keep rocking through it. That's either 4. I think that's 4 or 5. But hey, we'll move on up. We got Andre Muniz taking on the Bear Jew, Paul Craig. And I guess I got this one. The Black Belt 100, or I don't know how to say that, whatever it is, taking on the Bear Jew, Paul Craig. 23-5 for Andre Muniz. Won 4 of his last 5. Last loss against Brendan Allen. Paul Craig 16-6-1. Lost his last 2 against Volkan Oezdemir and Johnny Walker, and then won 3 before that, probably by some kind of weird submission. Yeah, all kind of wild. Andre Muniz -190 favorite. Paul Craig +160 dog. Andre Muniz, 33 years old, 6'1", 78-inch reach. Paul Craig, 35 years old, 6'3", 76-inch reach. It's going to be Paul Craig's first fight down at 185, and it's another one, dude. Not sure if it's going to happen this week because I guess we'll see if Paul Craig makes weight. I saw him. He looks really skinny this week, man. Kind of looks odd. I saw him in an interview, and his neck just looks just really, really thin. Kind of threw me off just a little bit. But yeah, dude. First fight down at 185. He was chinny at 205, man. Andre Muniz ain't got the best striking in the world, but he has been getting better. Showed in his last fight against Brendan Allen, kind of cracked him just a few times. Brendan Allen ended up shooting on him and get the rear naked choke win. But if you ask me who has better striking right now, I would go Andre Muniz. Who's more powerful? Probably Paul Craig, moving down from 205. But who's got the better jiu-jitsu? Andre Muniz, dude. So 2 out of the 3, I got to go Andre Muniz. Give me Andre Muniz for the dub this weekend, man.
Man, I think the only thing that can mess with Andre Muniz here is if he tries to get into a jiu-jitsu battle, because Paul Craig will literally just fall on his back and wait for you to jump into his guard. I do think that he's going to be able to, with his grappling, he can minimize a lot of Muniz's grappling. And I think just with Paul Craig being used to fighting through the fire to get submission the way he has, I do think he's going to be a little bit more battle tested in those positions. So if Muniz kind of gets top position and gets comfortable, Paul Craig can definitely make you pay. But I do think that in terms of just overall tools, I think Muniz just got more, as you said, better striking. His cardio did kind of concern me against Brendan Allen there a little bit. The way that Brendan Allen really drained his gas tank. I mean, he did. He was doing some good striking with Brendan Allen, but Brendan Allen was tagging him pretty good. But I think Brendan Allen just dominated him. I think he just dominated Andre Muniz. So I think that was a little bit of an eye-opener for all of us, even though I did pick Brendan Allen to win that fight. So Andre Muniz, kind of his stock took a step back, but I still think that he has enough talent to be able to beat Paul Craig here. I think he can even knock him out. As you said, Paul Craig was chinny at 205. Let's see how his punch resistance is at 185. But let's go with Andre Muniz.
All right, me and D-Rose both on the Black Belt Hunter, Andre Muniz this week. Feature fight of the night, we got the prospect, Nathaniel Wood, taking on Andre Touchy-Feely. 19-5 for Nathaniel Wood, 22-9 for Andre Touchy-Feely. Nathaniel Wood is a -200 favorite this week. Andre Touchy-Feely +160 dog. 29 years old for Nathaniel Wood, 5'6", 69-inch reach, and Andre Touchy-Feely is 33 years old, 5'11", and 74-inch reach, dude. So Andre Feely going to have a 5-inch reach advantage, dude, and a 5-inch height advantage, man. So break it down.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. Nathaniel Wood used to fight at 135 at one point, so I did think that the move up to 145 was going to be a little bit tougher. But, he's got a good win against Charles Rosa. He boxed him up pretty good. And that's what I was about to say. Charles Jourdain as well. Got a
Dude,
good win
Charles
against
Roach
him.
is
So.
ass. Let's not pretend like he's good.
No, but it just for him to move up. Charles Rose is a good wrestler, so I did think the size advantage was going to play against Nathaniel Wood, and he had good takedown defense in that fight too. So I do think strength has not been too much of a problem for him moving up a weight class, but I think in terms of the size, like just sheer size, I do think Feely can present some of those problems, but Feely can kind of get in a little bit of a slugfest a little bit. Now, sometimes he'll get in positions to where he'll try to control you against the fence, but a lot of times, man, if you can touch him up a couple times, he has no problem kind of standing in there and trading with you. And I think Nathaniel Wood, a little bit more the cleaner boxer overall. I think he's got really good takedown defense, really good leg kicks too. I think that's something that Andre Feely's always had a tough time with, the checking leg kicks. I think Nathaniel Wood should be able to have a clean performance. I say even probably like a 30-27. Let's go to Nathaniel Wood here.
All right, hell yeah. I'm actually glad you're on my side this week. What's going on, Hulk Lungs? How you doing this week, brother? Dude, if I'm going to be honest, Andre Feely as a dog this week ain't the worst pick. Just because the size, Andre Feely could easily keep range for 3 rounds, jab, deep kick, occasional like leg kick. But as you said, he don't really check leg kicks, and that's his issue. He gets hurt a lot with like leg kicks, and he can get wrestled. I've seen him being taken down quite often, and as you said, like Nathaniel Wood didn't show any lack of strength up at 145. I'm also on Nathaniel Wood this week. I got him in a parlay, hoping that London can come through for me. But yeah, dude, Andre Feely, not a bad pick. We could look dumb Saturday night, but I'm going Nathaniel Wood via decision, man. I expect him to just wrestle him, or at least get enough control, land enough damage to get the decision over 3. Me and D-Rose both on Nathaniel Wood this week. All right.
Sir.
Co-main event. Here we go. What is happening? There we go. The Meatball, Molly McCann, taking on Julia Stoliarenko. 13-5 for Meatball. Minus 350 favorite, dude.
Crazy.
You know how many other things I would rather do than lay a minus 350 on Meatball? A lot, dude. Julia Stoliarenko, 10-7 overall. Lost 4 of her last 5. Her only win is going to be over Jessica Rose Clark via armbar. No longer in the UFC. As I said, Molly McCann, minus 350 favorite. Julia Stoliarenko, plus 260 dog. The Meatball is 33 years old, 5'4", 62-inch reach. Stoliarenko is 30 years old, 5'7", 69-inch reach. Once again, I don't know if this fight happens because we saw Julia Stoliarenko pass out on the scale at 137 pounds, dude. How is she dropping down to 125? I don't know. But with that being said, it ain't going to be good for her. Give me Molly Meatball McCann via knockout this week. Which way are you going, D-Rose?
Yeah, I think I'll keep it short and sweet. Julia Stoliarenko is someone who probably shouldn't be in the UFC right now. She's almost just at this point getting served up for people who they want to get a win. And Molly McCann's a star that they do, I think, want to try to get back on track after the Blanchfield fight. And I think she gets the finish here. Let's go Meatball by knockout.
All right, fair enough. Just don't want Molly to win. Can't stand her. Austin with the Molly hate. Fucking
man.
come on. Fucking come on.
Can I have a Rolly, please?
A Rolly, please.
Go, Rolly.
Fucking come on.
I love Meatball, man. Can't help it.
All right, dude. Main event of the night. Once again, if y'all haven't already, hit a thumbs up for your boys over here. That would be fantastic. Let's see. What did I saw on 6? Gee whiz, they really gave Molly a cardboard cutout to fight.
I mean, to be fair, they gave her Blanchfield in her last fight. Like, I mean, come on. And Blanchfield is from New York, too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Molly Meatball via spinning elbow KO, I'm sure, dude. It would not surprise me in the slightest. She spinning elbow KOs Julia Stoliarenko, man. And then free one for Molly. Julia is 1-5 in the UFC. Yeah, man. Julia isn't the best. She's got one trick, and if it don't work, then she kind of gives up and just gets blasted out after that. Her armbar don't work, she's fucked. Main event, man. Tom Aspinall taking on Marcin Tybura. Tom Aspinall, 12-3 overall, was on a streak until he got blew out his knee against Curtis Blades with a leg kick, right? And then Marcin Tybura, 24-7, won 4 of his last 5. Lost against Alexander Volkov via decision. Tom Aspinall minus 450 favorite. Marcin Tybura plus 350 dog. Makes sense. Tom Aspinall, 30 years old, 6'5", 78-inch reach. Marcin Tybura, 37 years old, 6'3", 78-inch reach. I believe I went the last one, D Rose. Break down the main event for us.
Yeah, I think Marcin Tybura, he is a very tough fighter. He's fought, a lot of the top names, just in terms of, the tough matchups. I think he has a lot of UFC experience. I think he's won 6 out of his last 7. So,
I'm laughing. God bless Julia's cotton socks for giving me following.
Brutal, dude. Brutal.
Sorry.
But no, I think Tybura, he's definitely going to be in over his head, though. I think in a matchup against Aspinall. Now, the only thing I do want to see is if Aspinall does not finish him early. I think going back and looking at Tom Aspinall's fights, I don't even think he's been out of the second round. So at Tybura, we do know that he is very tough. If he can drag Tom Aspinall, later into the fight, if Tom Aspinall isn't controlling the terms of the fight, maybe 3rd or 4th round or so, I want to see what Tom Aspinall kind of looks like. But I just think in terms of athleticism, Tom Aspinall is going to have that. He's going to have the better boxing. I think it's going to be really hard for Tybura to land clean. I think, Austin, take that to the bank, my man. Take it to the bank. I'm going Tom Aspinall by knockout. I think he actually, I think he gets Tybura out of there, man. I do. I think he finishes him. Let's go Aspinall knockout. It early on. I don't know if it'll be 1st or 2nd round, but I think he knocks him out.
Fair enough, man. What's going on, Daniel? How you doing, brother? You are a little bit late. We're almost done here, but hey, feel free to rewind. Go back, watch it after we get off here. It is what it is, brother. But yeah. I gotta be on. Oh, we got one more here. The only thing Tybura is taking free snacks to the locker room. You can call me out if I'm wrong. I have a feeling about it. Austin, I feel like
Mystic Austin
dog,
here.
Brother.
Mystic
Austin just picks the dog every single week, no matter what. He just picks the dog.
That's how Amber is. That's how my wife is. She literally just like, who's the underdog? I'm like, this dude. She's like, I'm going for them.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Dude. You get knocked out by Shamil Abdurakhimov. Not the best look in the world. And Marcin Tybura has been knocked out by Shamil Abdurakhimov. So, it just is what it is. I got Tom Aspinall via, if you ask me specifically, give me Tom Aspinall via submission to just blast double him, rear naked choke. So look something like the Andrei Arlovsky win. But, Tom Aspinall via finish. Under 1.5 for the most part. Austin on the dogs. Tybura by smother. I doubt it, brother. But if I'm going to be honest, dude, I might, after I get off here, or as soon as I get props, dude, I might be parlaying 3 props. Give me Mahmoud by finish, Molly by finish, Tom by finish. I'm interested to see what I can get that 3-leg parlay in when props drop, because that's one that I'll be making. I might put a 10-piece on it, dude, because it sounds like it's going to happen this week, if you ask me.
I don't like that. The Brian Barberina getting finished. I don't like the sound of that.
Hey, man, but it's probably going to happen. Tybura by DQ. Tom Aspinall throwing him out of the cage. Wrong day for UFC cards, but I just want to say I degened on Don Russ again. 3 packs. Hit Alex Pereira Gold Auto. Bro, Daniel is the luckiest person at breaks, man. He messages me all the time like, hey, man, look what I got. Or just opening cards. Daniel is the luckiest when it comes to opening cards. He's always getting some heat. And Lush Lemaine.
Let's go, the man.
Yeah, with the $10 donut in here every week, showing us love, keeping track of our different picks. Bro, we truly can't thank you enough. I actually sent Lush Lemaine a pack of cards. I hope you enjoy that, Lush. But it's truly the least that I could do for you just helping out over here, man. Keeping track and always donating to us, helping us out here on the channel, keeping the lights on here in the studio, buying new batteries for my little lights here, if you will. With that being said, Lush Lemaine, you guys pick different on Bannon versus Brazil, Duncan versus Ashmove, Roberts versus Parsons, Murphy versus Kulabau, and Herbert versus Yam. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fights, D-Rose. You are the weekly loser, so keep it shined up over here, and I'm going to let you pick which fights this week you want to lose the pick champ on. I believe that's what we're going to start doing, dude. The loser picks the fight. So you don't want to fucking pick a shitty fight. You're like, man, I'm not confident in that. Don't pick the fighter, because from now on, the loser is picking the fighter for pick champ of the week. So D-Rose, 2 weeks in a row now, you get to pick the fights, make your choice, and however you want to lose it this week, let me know.
Let's go. Let's go Bannon Brazil.
Okay.
Let's go Duncan Aspinall, and let's go Murphy Coolabell.
All right. Interesting fight. So 3 different fights this week is going to be Sean and Bannon versus Bruno Brazil. D-Rose going Sean and Bannon. I'm going Bruno Brazil. Second different fight is Chris Duncan versus Yanal Ashmos. I'm going Yanal Ashmos. Dorian going Chris Duncan. And our third different fight this week going to be Lerone Murphy versus Josh Coolabell. I'm going Lerone Murphy. D-Rose going Josh Coolabell. So pick champ. See if we can stay here. I've had 3 weeks in a row now. See if we can make it 4, dude. See if we make it 4 and just keep up this theme. I haven't had it, D-Rose went on a streak. It's my time to keep it now. My time to keep it.
No, I'm laughing at that Ben. I'm laughing at that Ben comment.
I'm about to see it right under this. The packet was just fire. Thank you, brother. And truly, brother, thank you for everything you do, Lush. Yo, Matt, by the way, I showed my aunt the Verna card, and the first thing she said is that Rob Schneider. Dude, she looks just if you had if you had a picture of Rob Schneider, Verna Jane Giroba, and Raul Rosas Jr. all beside each other, you'd be like, oh, they're in the same family for sure, right? Like there's no doubt about it. They all resemble each other.
Shit, that's funny.
Yeah, Austin, a fan of that. However you want to lose, indeed, that's almost start letting him do. If Volk becomes double champ in honor of him, you should rename the show the Golden Octagon. I'm not sure. All things being said, that's just type of stuff we guys are. I'm not sure what that would have to do with Volk being double champ.
Just snuck that in. Just snuck that in there.
All right. But yeah. Yeah, man. That being said, anything else before we get out of here? Verna's nickname should be the Stapler. Yeah, dude. Let's see for his reason why it should be the Stapler, because I know it's about to pop up. All right. Have you never heard of the Octagon? Have you never heard him call the Octagon the Octagon? I have not, brother. I have not.
Octagon?
Have you ever heard him?
I guess maybe with his accent. I mean, I've heard some people say that some people say Volk instead of Volk, maybe with the accent too. So maybe with Volk's accent, he got a little bit of that G there at the end.
All right, fair enough. And then Benjamin Trim, the South Park episode, Rob Schneider is the Stapler. Bro, I haven't watched South Park in so long. It's been like
years.
20 years since I watched fucking South Park, dude.
Years.
Yeah. I don't even remember, man. But yeah. Anything else before we get out of here, man? 10-10, not too terrible, dude. I'm surprised we got through this fight card in an hour, to be honest, because we got 15 fights.
Yeah, no, we wrapped it up as quick as we could, man. So no, we should be good on my side.
All right, hell yeah, man. With that being said, I'm gonna go back over here. With that being said, we appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by, hanging out with us here today on the Golden Octagon MMA podcast, bro. We are getting up here. We're getting close to 100, dude. This is episode 80. So once again, we appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by, hanging out with us here every single week. Just chatting, getting a little community going in here. We love to hear it. Get a little, getting some conversation going on here, and hearing who y'all think is going to win the fights, and just chatting back with y'all. And with that being said, I'm going to have a extra video for y'all this week, card video, because Select comes out Friday, but
hopefully it gets here at a decent time for me. Whenever it does get here, I'm gonna go live and open up my select box here on Friday. But I'll probably put out another video either Friday morning or Thursday night, one of the two. Whenever I get that filming, I haven't filmed it yet, but card video going to be Friday. 2 card videos going to be Friday probably, and then news video going to be Monday. Catch us back here, Golden Octagon MMA Podcast next Wednesday, man. And hell yeah, man. Anything before we get out of here, D-Rose?
No, man, we should be good, man. I'm coming back for that title next week, though.
All right. We appreciate all of y'all. So Lush, Austin, Silent Six, Daniel, hell yeah, card rips indeed. So once again, y'all, we appreciate every single one of y'all stopping by here. My name is Matt. D-Rose is on that side of your screen. This has been the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast, and we will catch y'all next week. Peace.